Hello and welcome to In Case You Missed It, Black Audacity Style, where we bring you up to speed today on last week's news and hot topics that you may have missed. I'm LaWanda Morris, CEO of Black Audacity Magazine and your host for this evening. Now, today we will be discussing breaking news. So pour yourself a drink, grab a snack, and let's get into it. Okay, so in this week's breaking news and hot topics, I'm sure you all have heard by now that President Joe Biden has decided to step aside out of the 2024 presidential race and name his vice president, Kamala Harris, to take his place at the top of the Democratic nominee ticket. Now, Kamala Harris is also my soror, so I'm a little bit biased in tonight's show, but I do want to get into something that is a little personal for me. I had a personal conversation with a couple of my friends. Of course, I won't be sharing their names with you, but they too are Black women. And so I want to bring a conversation that I had with them to our audience just to see what your opinion is on it. So please feel free to leave some comments down in the comment section. Let's have a discussion. So as we are all very excited, super happy that VP Harris has decided to accept Biden's nomination of her to replace him on the ticket. We're super excited of the possibility of having our first Black female president. There's also other emotions that are going on. First, people had to get over the fact that Joe Biden was stepping down. I personally love Joe Biden. He's given a lot of his life to service to the American people, and so we appreciate him for that. We thank him for that. No, he hasn't always gotten it right, but who does? He's an imperfect man trying to help do what he can to make this union a more perfect union. And so God bless Joe Biden, his entire family, for supporting him as he's dedicated his life to service to the American people. Now, with that said, the other side of the emotions that came with this as he decided to step aside and elevate Kamala Harris is that and this is within the Black community. Now, I'm Black, I'm a female, so I see it from that perspective. So just bear with me as I kind of give you the pointers from that perspective, tell you what I think on them, tell you what my opinions are, but also I'm happy to read yours down in our comment sections. But like I was saying, I was having this conversation with two of my friends who are also Black females, and it seems to me that that some Black women are excited about this. They love the opportunity, but they're not really sure if Kamala Harris is quote unquote up for it, right? Meaning if she's up for the job of being president. Now, this is aside and apart from the over 40,000 women that showed up on the call for a win with Black women earlier this week that raised over $1.5 million. I myself was on that call. Like I said, she's one of my sorors. And so aside from those women who were all clearly super excited, not only excited and verbalizing it, but they're putting their money where their mouth is, right? And getting in and supporting her. I'm talking about those of us who we feel excited. We say we're excited. We may not be planning yet to donate with our funds. And we're questioning whether or not she's up for it. Well, that's the conversation I want to have tonight. I also saw last night Roland Martin had several men, Black men, on his channel talking about and collecting donations for her campaign as well. And they were talking about this topic as well. And one of his frat brothers, who is an alpha, who are the brothers to the AKAs, he also said he had to straighten out one of his bros about the same thing. I had to do the same thing for one of my girlfriends to just shut down the conversation about, is she up for it, or is Kamala Harris ready to step into the presidency? This is my take. I would love to hear yours. Again, Black women on Kamala Harris. Why is it so hard for some Black women and women in general to support VP Harris for president? Again, I had a conversation with friends this weekend about us all getting behind and supporting Kamala Harris for president. It was a great, exciting conversation. We all seem to want the same thing, but some had a question: is she up for it? I find this question to be very unfortunate and limiting. This is because President Biden picked her to be his VP because he said she's ready to be president on day one. That's the whole purpose of a VP. Why do some Black women ignore his wisdom that she's up for it, and they still question whether or not she's up for it? Also, that question wasn't asked about Obama when he ran either time, or Biden. Hell, it even wasn't asked about Hillary Clinton when she ran. But now, all of a sudden, some of us, including Black women, want to ask, is Kamala up for it? I told my friend, and she gave an example. My friend gave an example. Her example of Kamala being up for it included her herself being promoted and her being stressed about it, about how it would affect her family, her marriage, etc. But her stepping up and doing it anyway. Great example. But the problem with that, and the problem with that a lot of Black women have, is that they put their own fears, biases, failures, inconsistencies, whatever those things are, they put them onto or project them onto other Black women. And that's simply not fair. That is to say that just because a high level leadership role might or negatively impact your marriage or your state of mind doesn't mean it will hers. Just because you might be too stressed to take on such a role doesn't mean that she would be. Yes, we are all human, but we are all direct. We act, or we are all different. We all act different. So stop projecting your fears, your failures, your shortcomings onto Black women. Now is especially the time to stop doing that. Get your butts out of your seats. Let's help get this Black woman elected president. Negative assumptions and questions that didn't get asked about Obama, that didn't get asked about other people who ran for president, will not help Kamala. So my message to not only Black women and Black men, but to everybody out there who's afraid to have a Black woman lead them: stop projecting your stuff onto this Black woman. It's not fair to her. It's not fair to the country. It's not fair to her long career as a prosecutor, as a DA, as vice president. That's the whole reason Biden picked her, because he knew, and he said this, that she would be ready to be president on day one. Again, that's the only reason to pick a vice president. So if something happens to the president, that person can step up on that day and be president. Joe Biden could have, and thank God he wasn't, but he could have fallen ill, or anything could have happened on day one where he could no longer be president. Guess what? Kamala Harris would have had to step up on day one and be president. She was ready then. She's more than ready now, 3.5 years later. So stop it, Black people. Stop it, all people, especially stop it, Black women. I don't want to hear it. Putting you on notice. If I do hear it, I'm going to call it out, whether you like it or not. And I hope in doing so that you will then go inside, introspective, look at yourself, see why you're questioning her this way, figure it out. Is something going on with you? It's you, it's not her, but figure it out, work it out, and behind closed doors, work it out, and then come out here and stump for this woman. Do whatever you need to do, whether it's give money, whether it's make phone calls, whether it's help run local offices to help get out the vote, whatever it is, help this lady get elected. She's ready. She's been ready. She can lead not only this country, but the world, which is exactly what she will do when she becomes the leader of the free world as the next president of the United States of America. Well, that's all for now. I hope you have enjoyed today's segment of In Case You Missed It, Black Audacity Style. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, and turn on those notifications so that you can see more Black Audacity Magazine content, YouTube content, show up in your feed. I'm LaWanda Morris, CEO of Black Audacity Magazine, and we are unapologetically and unambiguously Black Audacity. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back here next week. Please stick around for a brief word from our sponsor. Thank you to our sponsor, Black Skin Beauty. Black Skin Beauty is that black don't crack kind of beauty, y'all, that we all want and now we all can have with Black Skin Beauty's youthful skin regimen. Black Skin Beauty can help you get your skin all the way together. Black Skin Beauty offers a revolutionary 3-step youthful skin regimen to help your skin look and feel younger than it ever has before. Check out their website at www.blackskinbeauty.com. That's BLKSKNBEAUTY.com to enter for a chance to win free products and to get 10% off. Black Skin Beauty, that black don't crack kind of beauty. Check them out on Instagram as well at Black Skin Beauty today.